Hey, this is Kevin L. Johnson, and you're watching Kendall Talks TV.
Preview.
Are you really doing this right now?
La
Seriously?
la
Mom?
la
Mom, get out.
la.
Mom, get out.
What's up, guys? It's your host, Kendall Tucker, man. And today's special guest I'm excited about. He's an extremely talented actor. You know him as Sam Dermody in the hit Netflix series Ozark. Today we have Kevin L. Johnson with us. How's it going, brother?
Doing well, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. How's your quarantine life treating you?
Yeah, it's going well. I mean, I've kind of got my my routine. I get up around like 9 o'clock, breakfast, and I try to do some CrossFit, binge a lot of TV,
Yeah.
lunch, nap, and then it's kind of like rinse and repeat. Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
binge,
I'm like reading too, so
well, binge watching TV is for actors, it's okay because it's like you're doing homework. So,
exactly.
exactly. And do you play guitar? I see there's a guitar case behind you.
Oh yeah, I knew that was gonna be shown. I bought it. I bought my guitar right before we started shooting season 3 because I just wanted to do something because I'd always wanted to learn.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it, and I haven't played it in forever. So clearly, I'm no good
All
still.
right. So we're not getting a concert or anything on.
No. It, I got to go back and learn the chords again. Like I completely forgot everything. And I've got all this free time. I might as well. At some
Yeah, I
point.
hear you, man. I hear you. So let's jump into it. What or who inspired you to be an actor? How did you get your start in the industry?
I got into acting in college because I just wanted to try something new, break out of my shell. I mean, I would say actor-wise, like my idols, I guess, were like Dustin Hoffman, Al Pacino. I still like Johnny Depp, but I liked him a lot when I got into it. Just loved the way he kind of just um, disappeared into these different characters, whether it was
Yeah.
Weenie Todd or Jack Sparrow or Edward Scissorhands. I mean, it was So it was yeah.
Yeah, he's man, Johnny Depp is it doesn't matter what character you give him, he's extremely talented.
Hmm.
So that's awesome. Were you more of the outgoing type in college, or were you more of the shy type that you kind of acting kind of helped break you out of your shell?
Yeah. I was more of I kind of consider myself an introvert. And I was an English major, or I was a computer science major at Clemson University. And I switched to English and minored in advertising and got to see my first play because the first semester going into my English major, one of our big things that we had to do for one of the classes was go see the play A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, which was our big play of the semester, and then we had to write about it. So getting to go see that, it was really, really cool to see people on stage. And I had seen plays before, but it was in high school. So, that
Yeah.
like when you got to go see a play in high school, it was awesome because you didn't have to go to class and everybody kind of went to go see the play during the day.
Yeah.
So I never really got to enjoy it because it felt like a break from going to class.
Yeah.
Whereas going to see almost a professional play, I mean, college, it's going to be really, really good quality.
Hmm.
And I just really enjoyed it. And I was like, man, I kind of want to try that. So I signed up for acting classes the next semester. And then auditioned for the one of the big plays, which was a Greek tragedy that was going to be a musical called Burial at Thebes. I
Nice.
got a part in that. I did some stuff at Clemson Little Theater, played Willy Wonka.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
That's pretty
I had
cool.
it was fun.
Do you do any singing like in the musicals or?
So funny story. So Burial at Thebes was a musical, so there was singing involved, but the character that I auditioned for, or that I got, I mean, like when you don't actually audition for a certain character when you're in college, I think it's
Mhm.
just it's sides and then they cast from that. And But the next big play the following year was because the musical was a big play of the year, and it was called Urinetown, and I was like, well, this is a this is all musical. So if I want to be a part of it, or at least get a chance to be a part of it, I gotta be able to sing. So I checked out the Urinetown soundtrack, and I was like, all right, well, maybe I can sing. I don't know. So I went into like one of the rooms in the performing arts department where people like practice their singing.
Mhm.
Um, and I was like, wow, that sounds pretty good. I didn't think that I could do that. And it was weird. It was like a hidden kind of talent. I mean, I'm not a professional singer,
Yeah.
but it was just like this hidden talent that I didn't know I had. The the vibrato and all that. I was just like, I don't know where that's coming from. But my mom was a country singer growing up,
Oh, cool.
so I'm guessing I'm sure I get it from her and my grandfather. Um, so I can do a mean friends in low places. Like
Nice.
that's my karaoke jam.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's a cool start. So currently you live in Atlanta. I heard that Atlanta is the new go-to place, even over LA, if you want to be an actor now. How true is that statement?
I think it's a good it's pretty accurate. Atlanta is obviously a smaller market,
Hmm.
but there's so much that films here. There's so many opportunities to build your resume. I think it makes sense to move here, especially, I mean, back in, a number like 10, 15 years ago, maybe that wasn't the case, but,
Yeah.
it's so big now. I think if you're just getting started, and this is a great market to get into, and like I said, yeah, build your resume and then go out to LA, you
Nice.
know. Um,
Nice.
at least I think that's the best
Yeah,
way to go
definitely.
about it.
Now, I know you've been involved in quite a few films, a couple of them being really big ones with some big actors. But I want to talk about my favorite, and that would be
Hmm.
the topic of Ozark. Um, how long were you pursuing an acting career till you got the role of Sam in Ozark?
Oh wow. Probably 10 years. Like
Oh, wow.
that's yeah, and it was crazy like when I got the role or when I got the audition, saw the breakdown, saw that Jason Bateman was attached to it. Um did my research about like the creator of the show. Did you ever see the movie The Accountant with Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
So the writer Bill Dubuque was one of the creators of Ozark.
Oh,
So because he like grew up in like he would go to the Ozarks when he was a kid. So that's kind of how he came up with the the story.
nice.
Um, so I saw that Jason Bateman was attached to it, but I didn't want to just assume it was a comedy because Jason Bateman was going to be in it.
Yeah.
Um, and I think some people did, uh, but I decided I did the research and I saw the guy did the accountant. I was like, well, this is definitely not going to be a comedy. If anything, it'll be like a dark comedy.
Yeah.
Um, so I did the audition, taped it, felt really good about it. I just decided to be myself in the audition. Didn't layer it with any uh, strategies that Kevin wouldn't use, and sent it in. And like my manager at the time, found out from the casting director that they were going to go with somebody older. And I was like, all right, well, that happens. It's nothing new in this business for me.
Yeah.
Um, and then I was driving to Charlotte for a callback for a short film, and my agent called me and said, "Hey, they want to book you for Ozark for the role of Sam."
Wow, that's
So
awesome.
you just never know how these things are going to happen. It's a crazy business.
And Sam, I would have to say is your biggest role to date, right? Um,
Oh yeah.
like I've seen you, like you were in American Made, which is one of my favorite movies. Um,
I I was credited in American Made,
oh, you were credited.
but I was not in it. I don't know how that happens. You know this.
I looked you up and it said you were credited.
Yeah. You know the scene where he's like, I think it's around the end where he's at the hotels, and
Hmm.
it's like a montage of him leaving the hotels.
Yeah.
So I uh I encounter him at a hotel, like, and audit him. I'm an IRS agent, and that was the scene, like when we filmed it.
Hmm.
So it that got cut, and it was just a bunch of montages. It was a montage of him just like closing the trunk at a bunch of hotels and leaving the doors.
Uh,
Um,
well, that's a bummer.
so yeah, I mean, I get paid for it still,
Yeah.
but it's so weird. I was credited in that. I was credited in this movie called The Fifth Wave, which was
Yeah.
a Chloe Moretz. It's like an alien movie, and I was like in the background, couldn't really even see me. Um, and I was uncredited in the movie Prisoners with
Yeah.
Jake
That's a great movie.
Gyllenhaal, Hugh Jackman, but I'm in that movie. Like that's on my that's on my demo reel because I got like the last scene in the movie.
Yeah, I seen
Like
that.
when yeah. So you
Yeah.
just never know. Like I don't. I mean, I had to go through SAG to get residuals years later. It took
Oh,
forever to get residuals for Prisoners. Yeah, yeah. So you never know.
yeah, that's crazy, man. But it's still cool that I mean, American Made. Then you obviously got to meet Tom Cruise,
Hmm.
and that's pretty
Yeah,
cool, man. He's a
cool guy.
legend. Yeah. So, man, that's what's
Yeah,
up, dude.
yeah. He was a nice guy. Yeah.
Um, man, right now, Netflix still has Ozark in the top ten things to watch. And I got to say, I was late to the party. Since it's COVID-19, I don't really watch a lot of TV, but since it's COVID-19, I had more time sitting at home. So I was like, this Ozark looks pretty good. So I started season one during this whole
Okay.
COVID-19 thing. So I watched all three seasons during this lockdown. Um, but it's
Nice.
amazing that, the first episode dropped in what, 2017?
Um. Yeah.
I think
I
it
used
was.
to know the date by heart. I want to say July 31st, 2017.
Yeah, and it amazes me that it's still like, right now it's in the top 10 on Netflix still, and it's gaining more and more new fans because of this whole lockdown. People like
Yeah.
myself that never watched it before was like, what? And they're watching all three seasons like back to back. So that's awesome, man. Congrats on that. I mean, that's the success is awesome.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's been great. I think it's gotten bigger each season.
Hmm.
And I knew like when we started shooting season one, I felt like we were creating something that was going to be really good. Like
Yeah.
just the vibe on set, the chemistry, um, it. And I just knew. I mean, you got Jason Bateman, you got Laura Linney, and then you got Julia Garner, who was just up and coming and just had a breakout season one. Um, and I think it took a little time. I mean, yeah, people love season one, but people didn't know what it was right off the bat.
Yeah.
Whereas in season three, people were chomping at the bit to get a season three, which is why
Hmm.
I think it's just even, it gets bigger each season. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Who did you have the most fun working with on set?
Oh man, they were all fun. uh, I mean, I got to work with Laura a lot in season
Yeah.
one, so that was a blast. She's a national treasure. I loved her like in Truman Show growing up.
Hmm.
Uh, she's amazing.
Super
I haven't
talented.
gotten to. Oh yeah, and I haven't gotten to work with Jason as much. We've had a couple scenes here and there. Um, he's awesome, really
Is
down
he
to
on
earth.
set though when you're not acting with him? Is he still um like
Most
present?
of most of the time he was on set because he was they were filming some scene of his or he
Yeah,
was directing. Um, but yeah, he's great director, just a great eye for things. Gave great notes behind the camera, like easy notes to figure out. Uh, awesome to work with in front of the camera. It was like a master class working with Laura and Jason and Julia. Uh, yeah, it's incredible. And Julia, she's just nothing like she is on the show.
yeah,
She's ruthless on the show.
yeah.
Badass, firecracker. She's a sweetheart in real life. Funny, very down to earth. Everybody's so super cool on the show.
That's awesome, man. Now I've had a lot of actors tell me a lot of time you don't know what's going on or what your lines are going to be till the day of the shoot. Is that the case with Ozark for you? Like they say, "Hey, change of plans," or "Hey, here's your lines for the day," or "Here's your lines for tomorrow." Is that the case for you?
Um, it hasn't happened a lot in Ozark. I know that happens quite a bit on some other shows. But yeah, no, they usually. I mean, we do get different drafts,
Mm-hmm.
but usually the one on the day is it's pretty it's pretty accurate to your final draft that you got before you
Nice.
got to set. Now, sometimes the director will switch something up at the last minute, like a line won't feel right, and they'll be like, "Oh, let's change this," and
Mm-hmm.
you know. But that's standard, I think, for filming.
Yeah, I was talking with Mark Menchaca, who plays Russ Langmore in the
Oh,
first two seasons, and he
yes.
told me that he wasn't aware of his makeout scene with the FBI agent till the
Oh,
night before.
really?
Yeah, he said when he went in to audition, he remembered them saying, "Are you okay with, you know, being homosexual or bisexual or whatever in the show?" And he said, "Yeah, that's fine, whatever." But he's like, "They never told me anything about the makeout scene or anything." So he said, "I'm just sitting there the day before the shoot, and shoot, what's her name? Uh, Jason Bateman's daughter in the movie.
Oh, oh, Sophia.
Yeah, she walked by and said, um, "So you're gonna make out tomorrow, huh?" Or something like that. And he's like, "What?" Like, and he's seen it, but of course he said he loved the opportunity because it got to show different skills of his acting, and he didn't have a problem with it. But I thought that
Yeah.
was funny. He didn't know until the night before, and I was like, "That's funny."
Oh, the makeout in
In the
the in the in the hotel.
Yeah, in the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It was
what?
a heavy. It was heavy making out. I remember
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. I know. I was surprised. But what's been your favorite season so far out of the three?
Oh man. I mean, season 3 was a lot of fun. Like getting involved in the scheming with the
Mm-hmm.
casino, and then getting to propose in the last episode. Um, that was a lot of fun. I mean, season 1 was great. Getting to work with Laura so much.
Do you have a
Uh,
favorite scene?
um, my favorite scene of the show, like that I've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I still really like the one where I go confront Wendy and Marty about my money in season 1.
Mm.
I still like I got to kind of show another side of Sam, um,
Yeah.
that inner rage, like, yeah, give me my fucking money.
Yeah.
But then I say please at the end, which wasn't in the script. It wasn't, please was not in there, but for some reason Kevin felt really bad about saying that to Laura and Jason. So it just came off like, just give me my fucking money, please.
Which it fit the character, it fit Sam very well.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean that's too funny. So what's the plans for season 4? Have you guys done any filming for it yet, or has this whole COVID-19 kind of put that on hold?
Well, we haven't officially gotten renewed yet. The chances are really good. The writers are in the room, you know, writing season 4 as we speak, or remotely. Obviously can't all get together right now, but I think the chances are good. We're supposed to, if we get picked up, we should be starting back in the next 3 or 4 months, which I'm excited. Fingers crossed that we get to do that. And yeah, it's gonna be a wild ride, I think.
Yeah, man.
So yeah,
I think Ozark really has the potential to have many seasons. So I think it's just one of those shows where people aren't getting tired of it, and like you said, every season is getting more and more exciting.
I think it'll go at least. If I had to guess, I would say 5-6 seasons.
Yeah.
Chris Mundy, our showrunner, they have enough material for 7 seasons. He said in an interview, like I think during season 2. So
Oh wow.
I think they have they have an ending that they know, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just filling in the gaps kind of thing.
Gotcha. So last question before we wrap things up. What's some advice you
Sure.
could give to someone wanting to pursue acting?
If it's what you really want to do, go after it. You know, take classes, get headshots done, start submitting to agents, do like short films, like North Carolina School of the Arts is really well known, and they churn out some good quality stuff, and they've had some really good people come through that program, like Danny McBride,
Oh, nice.
what's his name, the guy who did the movie Mud with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yeah.
I'm oh, God, I'm drawing a blank on his name.
I see
If it
his
comes to,
face.
yeah, if it comes to me, I'll say it. But yeah, so North Carolina School of the Arts, SCAD is great. And then, I mean, you don't know what producers are going to want. You don't know what casting directors are going to be looking for. So just go in there, give them the option and see what happens. And like Bryan Cranston says, I always go back to this, like, when you go in for an audition, think of that as the job. Getting, like, the audition is the job, and then booking it is just, the whipped cream with the cherry on top,
That's good.
So, yeah, just if you really want to do it, just you got to be okay with rejection, because that's going to happen in the business, and just keep working at your craft. Yeah.
Well, there
I
you
know that's a
go.
lot to take in, but yeah.
Yeah, there's some good advice, man. Well, Kevin, dude, I appreciate you sitting down with me, brother, and I look forward to doing this again in the near future and seeing you on season 4, hopefully soon.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.